You're right, people, and welcome back. Welcome. And today, I want to take a little look at something I've been doing recently, and that is reading. And before you switch off, I'm not much of a reader, and you probably aren't as well if you're going to sit and watch a video about a book that you could just go and read. And as I was saying, I'm not much of a reader, right? I've probably read one proper book in my life, and it's the one I'm about to tell you about. And the other book I've read in my life was, to be fair, it was written by one of the great theologians of our time, and it was written by, I actually don't know who it was written by, but it was Diary of a Kid. So that is the extent of my reading knowledge, okay? And I decided to read Mere Christianity by C.S.LEWis. So I heard about this book, and I was toying with the idea. Should I read this book? Should I not? Should I read this book? Can I be asked? Should I read this book? I don't like reading. I decided to read this book, and I wish I got a pre-warning because it's a bit of a mind-boggler, not gonna lie, for someone who doesn't read as well. Probably got the reading age of like a 7-year-old. Not gonna pretend I am. This book is like under 300 pages. Took me months to read. And anyway, so I've been toying with the idea. I heard a couple people talk. I was like, you know what? Sounds good. I'll get this book and I'll read it. And since I've read it, I think everyone should read this book. I'm convinced everyone should read this book. Because if you didn't know, I grew up in church, right? So theological words and like all those kind of jazz, all that kind of stuff is not out of the realms of normality. Okay. And when I was reading this book, the first thing it did, like it articulated so many things that I kind of thought about and knew anyway, but didn't know how to like express or didn't know how to articulate or didn't know how to put into words. And he literally did that for me. So for that reason alone, I'd say at least read the first chapter or first, because it's basically 4 books put into one. So read the first book because it does a wonder, right? But after that, yeah, I thought the author, C.S.LEWis, yeah, he wrote Narnia, he wrote, fantasy stories, it'd be a good read. He wrote stuff for kids. He wrote Narnia, stuff for kids. I thought this will be a sick read. This will be plain sailing. It'll be nice, it'll be breezy. It'll keep me on my toes. And no, after that first book, all it did was challenge me. And I was probably sat on Google more than I was reading the book, searching up what half the words in the book meant. But honestly, all jokes aside, it is a phenomenal book. And I can't lie, like I said, he just articulates so many things that we don't think about. Or like things we've thought about but like don't express or can't express. It like helps, and it helps you challenge so many ways you think about things, and helps you kind of articulate the Christian worldview to someone who is skeptical or doesn't believe in it, or wants to have that conversation. And that's what he's phenomenal for. Like evangelism, if you want to read this book, or if you want to evangelize, I would read this book. I think it will only help you. It won't do any harm. And then the second and third book and fourth book, wow, challenged me, put me on the spot. And I can't lie, I'm going to take a bit out of it, right? I've got it here. And he was talking about pride. And if you don't know, I didn't think I was that prideful, right? I thought, you know what, I'm pretty calm, pretty chill. And this hugely challenged me, right? It actually made me think about like my identity in Christ, and challenged that because that's been huge for me, like actually finding my identity in Christ and kind of like learning what that is. It's not just a lifestyle. Like your identity in Christ isn't just a lifestyle. It's like the core of you, and you have to center it every single day, like recenter your life on Christ every single day. Re-identify your life every single day with Christ. And I think nowadays evidently we have a huge identity problem. Like people just don't know why they're here. People don't know what they're here for. People don't know where they're going. Aligning your life with Christ and finding your identity in Christ, a lot of these things would start to make sense. People have a hope. People have something to live for. People feel loved without all the external factors that they think they need to feel that. But anyway, I digress. So riddle me this, right? It says this: pride leads to every other vice. It is the complete anti-God state of mind. Does this seem to you exaggerated? If so, think it over. I pointed out a moment ago that the more pride one had, the more one disliked pride in others. In fact, if you want to find out how proud you are, The easiest way is to ask yourself, how much do I dislike it when other people snub me, refuse to take any notice of me, shove their oar in, patronise me, show off, all these kind of things. And just before that, it says this. According to Christian teachers, the essential vice, the utmost evil is pride. Like anger, drunkenness, greed, all these other things, right, are nothing compared to pride. Because it was through pride that the devil became the devil. Pride leads to other vices. So pride is basically saying pride is ultimately the seed to every single other sin that we do. And guess what? If you actually look at it and articulate it, it's probably true. And I can't lie. It challenged me. And I think if anyone reads this book, it would challenge you. I'd give it a 10 out of 10. I recommend everyone should read it, right? And as I said, I paid a whopping $9.99. $9.99. Do you know what I could have done with $9.99? Could have got 2 McDonald's, what they call them, £5 McDonald's deals. Could have got 2 of them. I bought this flipping book instead. And I think you should too. C.S.LEWIS, sign me up, commission me. I'm selling your book right now. I don't even like Mackey's, can't lie. I'm a KFC man. All seriousness, like it'll challenge you. It will articulate so much that you might even know, but it puts words to it. And it'll probably point out stuff that you don't know, and it also boggle your mind. Because some words are used in this I didn't even know existed. But honestly, give it a read. Give it a listen. I think on Spotify, you can go on Spotify and listen to it for free if you really wanted to. This isn't a normal video because I'm not really a bookworm, but I've started to get into reading. And for now, hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know if you read it. I beg, read it. I think everyone should read it. It's quality. And if you have read it, if you have read it, let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.